Welcome into the ESPN Esports studio. I'm Darin, Kwilinski, and it's that time of year again. League of Legends Global Power Rankings are back. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need a little bit of help, so let's bring on in our lovely touchscreen monitor that'll help us place these teams. I'm hoping we get some trumpet fanfare to announce its lovely arrival. Let's power it on with a snap of our fingers, and we need one more piece to this puzzle. Let's bring in Tyler Erzberger all the way from the West Coast, stretching it out, getting ready. Tyler, let's jump right in with number 5, my favorite name on the list, Fun plus Phoenix. Now, as of Tuesday, they are 3-0 against teams like Rogue and Snake. Emily Rand writes, part of this is because mid laner Doonby being the missing link to creating a well-oiled machine. Do you agree?
Oh, of course. A lot of people coming into the year thought Doonby might be retiring. He's uberly famous in China. He's a South Korean-born player, but came over to China to start his career. Picked up the language super fast, became a fan favorite. So a lot of people thought he was becoming a streamer. He surprised a lot of people by joining FPX, and since joining FPX, he's really turned the team and a lot of the young players into a legitimate contender in the league. FPX might not be, up there with maybe the top 2 or 3 teams in China, but right now they are a very dangerous dark horse, and it's all because of Doonby.
Now at number 4, another entry in the LPL. Let's keep it in the mid lane and talk Knight of Top Sports, who came over from Suning. He's performing really well, 4.9 KDA on champions like Aurelia, Jace, Zoe. This guy seems to have a pretty deep champion pool, can play anyone.
Oh, he's a monster. Knight is the best mid lane prospect in the world right now. Chovy from Griffin is right up there with him, but I think if you ask pundits from across the world who've seen Knight play, seen his solo queue games, and just seen his rise as a player, I think most people would tell you right now that Knight is the player to watch in the entire world, be it South Korea, America, Europe, wherever. Where Knight goes, the team will follow. And we've seen throughout the history of League of Legends, mid lane is where the magic happens. And Knight, if he can live up to that hype, if he can grow into that LeBron James-esque player that people expect him to be, this prodigy, this next great thing, then Top Sports not only can make the playoffs, not only can make a deep run in the LPL, but they can also make the World Championship.
Now you could say it's night and day for Top Sports. Hey, let's move on to number 3, how the mighty have fallen. Invictus Gaming, world champions last year, but they took a big loss from JD Gaming. This is IG's first regular season loss since 2017. Tyler, getting a little nervous. Should we be worried?
No. LPL, I can say safely, is by far currently the best league in the world. There's really not an easy night in the LPL, especially with 16 teams. There's 16 franchises now in the LPL. So studying and researching and getting ready to play each team is very difficult. JD Gaming is very good. Flawless had an amazing series for his Invictus Gaming. The Shy is coming back after a pretty long vacation in South Korea, so he's still getting acclimated back into the team. The champion teams can lose. It's okay. IG is in the hardest league in the world. They're still insanely talented. They have the 2 best solo laners in the world, no doubt. This is the World Championship team. I still expect them to go far. I still expect them to win LPL Spring, and I expect them to be at MSI in the finals against our number 1 team that we'll talk about in a little bit.
And at number 2, Suning Gaming, also from the LPL, seems to be a little bit of a trend. Love the logo, a little bit of fire, a little bit of flame. Speaking of flame, they have a hot start. All of their wins come against teams against the bottom half of the standing so far in the LPL. Even though a victory against RNG is really nothing to scoff at, but we have to ask, is Suning a fluke?
I don't think Suning's a fluke, but I wouldn't be upset if someone told me that Suning shouldn't be the number 2 team. I think they're number 2 right now just because of how dominant they've been. You can only beat who's in front of you, right? You can't ask to play the best teams in the world. Suning's played up to the level of a number 2 team in the world. They look extremely good. I would say they're the 2nd best team right now. Behind IG, it's a very difficult choice. They are probably the 2nd favorite to win LPL Spring. This is a super team. They got Maple, they got Sword Art from the LMS and the Flash Wolves. They got SMLZ. This team is built to win a championship this year. If they don't make Worlds, it'll be disappointment with how much they put into this team this year. Suiting, I would say, is the real deal, but I don't want to say they're the clear favorites in the LPL yet until they can knock out IG in the playoffs.
And lastly, and finally, we move out of the LPL and we're going to put in G2. No, I'm just kidding. We're moving the LCK and we're going to put in Griffin into the #1 spot for our first #1 spot of 2019, undefeated as of Tuesday. And we always knew Griffin was good, Tyler. They just fell a little short of the Worlds last year and couldn't really prove how good they were. They have one 40-minute game under their belt, but everything else is 31 minutes or less. In your eyes, has Griffin changed anything? Or are they just perfecting their aggressive, faster style?
No, Darin, this is an entirely different team that Griffin has thrown out. Yes, you'll look at the roster and say these are the same 5 players that made the final last year, but they've entirely changed their philosophy of game. Last year in the LCK, they were in the middle of the pack when it came to gold advantage deficit at 15 minutes. They were actually negative 300 at the 15-minute mark last year. This year, they're blowing out teams. They're averaging over 3,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. Chovy has stepped up from a very good mid laner to a superstar mid laner. Tarzan, everyone in the world is following what he does. He is now a cult-like status in the jungle position. Sword is playing great on tanks. Hens is playing whatever champion he wants, and Viper might be the best AD carry in the world currently. This team is insane. This team is amazing. And even though the LCK fans might be feeling a bit blue, don't worry. The Red of Griffin will cheer you right up. They are the best team in the world. I don't expect them to lose anytime soon.
He's Tyler Erzberger with all of the right answers. As always, thanks for stopping by, Tyler. And for more League of Legends content, keep it locked right here on ESPN.com/esports.